All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shemi Abishai, by Shema Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is an impromptu, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. It says, Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Right, so the Lord coming as a thief or a thief in the night, just means that Yahushua is gonna come unawares, man. We got all this chaos going on all across the world. With countries, currency has been hyperinflated. I think that was Venezuela and some other South American countries, as well as countries that's in the Middle East. Yeah, nations starving, and you got all types of protests going on all over the place, from America all the way to France, Bahrain, so on and so forth. That's all prophecy, and and if you haven't been in the scriptures, you know which a lot of Jake isn't, then you wouldn't know that this is the day of the Lord, man. So it would come upon you unawares. It says, "Blessed is he that watcheth." Right. See, and to understand, these prophecies, you'll have to be watching the news to understand, But it says, "And keepeth his garments." And keep the truth, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, right? Because you got a lot of people that walked out the truth, and went back into the world because they lost patience, man. They didn't keep the faith. One second. Trying to look for that scripture real quick. All right, here it is. This is second as Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." Right, so you had to be tried. You have to be tried when you are doing this truth, man. You have to be tested. You have to be battle tested. You got to go through the temptations. You got to go through losing the jobs, the women, your substance and stuff of that nature, man. That's you, man. Try as gold to get all the impurities out of you. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him. Right, so you're supposed to trust in him. How about Shema Rashai for you niggas that left the truth? Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Right, and the ultimate reward that you can get for believing in Yahushua and doing this work is what? Getting the kingdom of heaven. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? And whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right. So, those men that lost faith and walked about the truth, man, they didn't have faith, man. They weren't chosen, man. Because the Lord always delivered his, man. We got countless stories of Israel being delivered, out of the hands of the heathens once they turn back to the Lord, even up to the apostles and so on and so forth. Yahushua had his test. He had to, die, for Israel so that we can be adopted back in, etc., etc. And then Yahushua got rose back up. He already had power. He got rose back up. Now he on the right hand side of the Father, waiting to come back down, man. So it says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction." Right, man. It says, "Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not." See, therefore shall he not be defended. Right. So the niggas that left up out of the truth was faint-hearted, so they won't be delivered when Yahushua comes back. It said, "He that confesses me before men, I shall confess before my Father." Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do? Will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right. What y'all gonna do when Yahushua come back? Y'all ain't gonna be able to do shit. Y'all just gonna be destroyed right along with the rest of these people. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, right? So they lost the fear. They stopped fearing Yahushua. And they that love him will keep his ways. So and my point was at verse 14. I'm gonna read it again. I read it kind of fast. It says, "Woe unto you that have lost patience." Right, so destruction unto you niggas that left the truth. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right, so that was the point, man. Destruction unto the niggas that left the truth, man. All right, this back at Revelation chapter 16. It says, verse 15, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." Right, so and the shame is not having the truth. Once you walk about the truth, you don't have your garment on no more, and it's a shame. And he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Right, and Armageddon in Hebrew is Harmagatwan, which means mountain of the troops. Because when Yahushua come back, the nations are going to be at war, or World War III. And eventually they're going to stop fighting to fight against Yahushua. But it's like this is Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter." And them woes represents World War One, World War II, and World War III. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. "The second woe is past." World War II happened already. "And behold, the third woe cometh quickly." Right, so these prophecies are rolling. We are living in the times of the Third World War. That's why you got all that chaos going on in the Middle East. That's why all the nations, practicing their military, doing their little drills and stuff, accumulating new weaponry, fighting. It's all this proxy war and all that type of stuff going on over there in the Middle East, man. And if you don't notice that this is prophecy, that means you don't have the truth. This Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, and shall deceive many. And that's talking about the churches, these religious groups that are claiming to be, the Savior, the Anointed. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? And that's what's going on. There are wars going on right in the Middle East, and rumors of wars. America and Russia, when that war kick off, and Israel join in, and other nations join in, that's going to be the third world war. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Nation against nation is race riots. I watched a news clipping earlier, and it was a Judite, looked like a Judite, might have been Judite, more likely it was a Judite, but get body slammed by a white police officer. And a lot of these events like that they put in the news is for racial tensions to build up, man. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, right? And there shall be famines and pestilences, and that's going on a lot, and earthquakes in diverse places. I just did a lesson earlier about I think I forget the specific name for it, but it's on Venezuela, and a lot of them that's on a small scale, but there are pestilences that's hitting a lot of these regions that they don't even want to bring out. The pestilences is diseases, man, to where it's like a epidemic where thousands of people have a specific type of disease, man. And that's very known in Africa more than anywhere else, or any place that they would say it is, And earthquakes in diverse places, right? And a lot of earthquakes has been happening lately. I've been over in the Middle East, and a lot of these earthquakes been causing tsunamis. So this is the time of the end, man. It's all prophecy. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? Oh, sorry. The second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. Right, and that's what I'm doing. Said the Lord, through the spirit of Habashim Shai, the prophecies are what you see on the news, and then you link them up with the scriptures, and you bring them out when you're on the highways and byways, man. Said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true, right? Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, right? So, we're not worried about what people say they can do unto us, man. Those are imaginations. And their incredulity is their unbelief. So, if they don't believe, so be it. Shit, the Lord gonna destroy them anyway. It says, let the unjust be unjust still. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right, man. And, one of the big things that's going on now is this RFID chip. RFID chip is being passed around the world right now. A lot of people taking it willingly. A lot of people getting it, being deceived and taking it. Forgot what you call it, but a lot of people need it to work their limbs and stuff, man. Another way that they portrayed it was that it can give you medicine and stuff like that for people that's got chronic ailments and whatnot. But it's out here. It ain't been pushed mandatory yet, but it's out here. Is it 13 and 16? 13 and 16. Yeah. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right. And that's talking about the RFID microchip, man. It's in Obama's healthcare bill on page 1004. You can just look it up on YouTube and you see people getting implanted with microchips from tattoo artists. You know, so it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, right? And that's gonna be during Jacob's trouble. You're not gonna be able to eat or sell anything. So if you got a business, you can't sell nothing. You know, you can't buy nothing. Products, from your healthcare products to your women's personals and tissue, stuff like that, man. I just lost my train of thought. It's locked in. This is Jeremiah chapter 30. Verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right, that during the time of Jacob's trouble, they're going to be passing out the RFID chip. You know, and, a lot of people going to be getting killed for not taking it, and a lot of people going to be killed for taking it. You know, not by the Lord, by Esau himself, man. But it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right, 666. A man gonna be passing out this RFID chip, man. That's Esau, the white man, the devil. You know, the one who runs the world, man. Why? Because they trying to bring in this new world order, man. If the Lord ain't having that, the new world order really represents the taking over of Jacob. And Yahushua's kingdom coming in. You know. 16. This second Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. Right, so the burning wrath of a great multitude is talking about the FEMA troops, man. And troops going to be hauling people off to the concentration camps, you know, like they're doing now. I mean, well, they're not hauling nobody up to the concentration camps, but a lot of these immigrants, you know, these illegal immigrants that's coming over are being took to the concentration camps. You know, you got regular random people in America that's being took to the concentration camps. They had a news article that came out in Kenosha a while back, and it was stating that, you know, a lot of the homeless, they don't want to see them out there on them streets no more, so they was hauling them off to concentration camps. You know, I have to find that article, but yeah, that was a while back. But it says, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. That's the RFID chip. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right, so even if you do take the RFID chip, they still gonna fuck you up, man. Why? Because that's the devil, man. The scriptures say never trust thine enemy, man. Jake don't know no history, no nothing, man. You know, that's why they getting caught up in this shit, man. They don't know the truth, ultimately. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and in trodden underfoot. It says, in Right, that one right there. I had another one. Oh, this Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation." Right. So if you take the RFID chip and you so happen to make it through the concentration camps, the race riots and pestilence, and all the chaos that's gonna be kicked off during that time, the Lord gonna destroy you with thermonuclear missiles. It says, I'm going to start back at verse 9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." All right, so, Yahweh Shai and the angels going to be there when the nuclear missiles from Russia and various nations be shot on America, and those who worship who took the RFID chip, gonna be destroyed, man. So, with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Shai, Bashim Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.